again with a Messier, and I am so tired. See you morning. And we're back. Guys, my back bearings are broken, so I'm going to have to put a lucky wheel on. But it just clicks on the ride, look. So awful. So we'll take that off later and get the bars sanded properly and the compression. So let's do it. The back wheel off, and I've got my bag on, because it's got all my Allen keys in, and that's what I use when I go riding to the skate park, which we'll be doing tomorrow, so it's not going to be a bad video. Get some good clips of Ethan and Kai if Kai's coming, because he's been ill for the last 2 days. So go check them out. It's Arco HD, which is Ethan, and Retro HD, which is Kai. So go subscribe to them. So see you in a minute when I take the wheel off. Just literally taking the bearings out to see what's up with it. But there's loads of oil on it. Let's look at all the oil. So I'm going to get my hands mucky. End result, guys, got the caps off with a knife, and all ball bearings have gone. I mean, this side seems to be, that side seems to be fine, but this is no use now. I'm not really going to go down to the shop to buy a new bearing. I'll just put my other lucky wheel on, and we'll be all good. So see you in a second. Guys, these are the bars that I'm sanding down, and I sorted the bearing out. I found another wheel. I took the front wheel off and put it on the back, and then I put a lucky wheel on, which is okay. But anyway, back to topic. Yesterday I said I use a file to sand stuff down, but I couldn't find the file, so I actually found something else that will work perfectly. It's not sandpaper. It's actually this. And if you don't know what this is, it's a scraper for scraping like wallpaper off. Say when you move into your new home, it scrapes off very easily. So I'm going to show you how this works. Basically, put bars on the surface like that, and this is what it look like. Just a few dents in that. Now with a scrape, already going. So simple, because it's got such a fine blade. Now this blade will just cut straight through. It'll just cut straight through the paint. Simple and easy. It's got firm grip, and it's just easy. It's just more like ways to get used to it. And then you're wondering, well, how do I get into here? Well, sandpaper will do that fine. After you do this, literally, it's sorted. It leaves it with a smooth surface, and if it is bumpy, use this to go over it, just smoothing it out. So that's just a quick tutorial on how to do that, and I'm going to show you the finishing project. This took me about 5 minutes, both sides. Just going to get sanding in between these gaps, take the grips off, sand underneath the grips, and then we'll get spraying. See you in a minute. This is the first layer of the bars, and looking quite nice. Just need to get down there, and then we'll be sorted. Just need to take the grips off and get sanding in and spraying. Decided to spray the clamp, and these look like scratches, but it's actually just reflection. So little spray paint is good. Bars are coming on. See you guys in a minute when it's all put back together and dry. And it'll probably be getting dark. It's just a bit cloudy. Just a bit cloudy. Nice and sunny over this side. Alright, see you in a minute. Oh, and that's my bike. Right, see the wheel on, sprayed it black, and white the outer car so it looked quite cool. Put the lucky front wheel on, off my lucky crew scooter, all my spare parts. If you know me in person, or if you want to comment on the video whereabouts you live in that, I could ship some of this crap off. Like there's a Blunt Prodigy deck, camouflage grip tape, there's a Sacrifice forks, that messed up wheel which no one wants to buy anyway, and I've just got actually quite a few parts. Just comment in the comment section what parts you need, and if I've got them parts, then I'll happily sell them parts. I've got loads of Allen keys that I'll sell. I've got a bag full of Allen keys that I'll sell. This is all alright at the minute. Let's go check on. It's still drying. It's dry, but it's still like quite humid. Is that the right word? And my bars are still a bit need to dry. I've tested the back and front of them, and they're dried, but I'm just leaving them out there just in case. So we'll give them a second layer soon. So I'll see you in a second. Finished. It's all back together. Not going to show you the bars and clamp yet, but I had to put the blue wheel back on because the black one was clicking and it was really irritating. So I'm going to show you how it comes. Blue wheel, price deck, lucky front wheel even. There's the clout. So much nicer than it was last time, near at bars. Absolutely incredible. It came out so much better than I thought it would. Even the back of the bars are just so nice. And it all just came out really well. So I'll talk to you in a minute about how I did it and what I did to make it look better and for it to shine. So yeah, tip, just a quick tip. This is a bearing cap. Now, if you have a click in your bearings, this is just like the most helpful thing you can use. I use these. Say if I've got a little bit of wobble, I use that as like a little spacer or a little washer. It's the most helpful thing I think I've ever done, and best thing I ever came up for scootering. It's just so perfect, and it just works absolutely incredibly. Like this is my drop test now. Just because of that, because I had a spacer that didn't fit properly. I put one of these in, and now it's just fly. So that's a scooter like I've already showed you, and I'll see you in a second about how I did to make it better. The bars more shiny and more like a matte blackish colour shiny, like a chromish black. Basically, instead of just spraying, holding the butter and just going all the time, that doesn't work. It leaves runs and it leaves just awful marks on your bars. What you want to do is you want to just keep going down the bars, so just on and off. Do it about twice and make sure you cover each little patch. Do it everywhere in the bars until the bars are covered with the spray paint. Leave it for about 20 to 25 minutes, so watch a video on YouTube, like this one. And then, once you've done that, go back to the bars, see if the bars are finished, and then you should be alright to put the second layer on. I haven't put a second layer on because I can't really be bothered, and it looks alright as it is, and I don't want to ruin it and just get mad at it. And do that with the clamp also. Little surfaces, like the clamp, needs a bit more spray than the bars. Reason for that is there's more, like, you want to make sure you get every little gap, because if there's a big gap on a little object, it looks like there's more shown. But on bars, if there's a little gap, if there's a big gap on bars, it don't look that big because the bars are bigger than the clamp, if you know what I mean. So use more spray paint on the compression than you do on the bars. Make sure you take your grips off to get underneath, but before you do any of that, you want to make sure to get about 2 baby wipes on your bars, just clean your full bars, and then just dry them with tissue or a towel. So then you get a smoother surface, and then there's no little bits of muck or little crappy bits of, like, I don't know, cracker out. Just make sure it's clean and nice, and then you'll get a smoother finish and nicer looking finish. I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to Hoyamel Skate Park with Ethan and Kai, which is iRetro and iArco HD, and they're both got iArco HD and iRetro HD. So make sure you go subscribe to both of them channels. You'll see them both tomorrow, and I'll tell you who both are. We'll probably have a game of Pig or a game of Scoot, so stay tuned for that. And guys, I'll see you in a bit.